Hello children, warmly welcome to Guru Gedara English Language Program. So, how are you all? I hope that you all are doing fine at home and also super excited to know what I have for you today. So, today's lesson is very important because it's based on grammar. So, let's see which part of grammar I am going to do today. Yes, it's prepositions. As you all know, prepositions are very important when we talk or when we write something in English. Today, we are going to learn how to use prepositions appropriately in various kinds of contexts. So, there are some examples for you to have a better idea how you can use prepositions in different kinds of sentences. The grammar book is on the table. He is in front of the temple. They are between the railway station and the bus stop. Today, we decided to travel by car. The grammar book is on the table, on the table. He is in front of the temple. They are between two places, between the railway station and the bus stop. Today, we decided to travel by car. So, the words or the phrases I have underlined here are called prepositions: on, in front of, between and by. So, there are some more examples for you. The stars shine at night. The stars shine at night. I visited my grandparents in the morning. I visited my grandparents in the morning. I will go to the book fair with my brother. I will go to the book fair with my brother. The mouse crept into a hole. The stars shine at night. At night you can see some stars in the sky. So, the stars shine at night. I visited my grandparents in the morning. When did the speaker visit his grandparents? In the morning. It's about time. I will go to the book fair with my brother. With whom the speaker goes to the book fair, or with whom the speaker will go to the book fair? With his brother, with my brother. I will go to the book fair with my brother. The mouse crept into a hole. The mouse crept into a hole. Now, let's see what prepositions are. A preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns or phrases to other words in a sentence. A preposition is a word, so it is a word used to link, to connect nouns, pronouns or phrases, parts of sentences, phrases to other words in a sentence. Prepositions help to connect, to link the people, objects, time and locations of a sentence. Prepositions help to connect the people, objects, time and locations of a sentence. So, a preposition is a word that is used to link nouns or pronouns or phrases to other words in a sentence. Prepositions help to connect the people, objects, time and locations of a sentence. So, there are many kinds of prepositions in the English language. Let us see what they are. Prepositions of time. So, they are about time. Prepositions of place. Prepositions for direction. Prepositions for agent. Prepositions for instruments. So, there are 5 categories of 5 kinds of prepositions in the English language. Prepositions of time, prepositions of place, prepositions for direction, prepositions for agent, and prepositions for instruments. Now we are going to learn what prepositions of time are. These prepositions are used to refer to time. These prepositions are used to refer to time in various aspects. So, within brackets you have 3 prepositions. They are commonly used prepositions of time: in, on, and at. Now, let us see how we can use those prepositions of time in sentences. She was born in 2005. She was born in 2005. I was very happy on the first day of my job. I was very happy on the first day of my job. We visited our friends in summer. We visited our friends in summer. The party will start at 8 p.m. The party will start at 8 p.m. Everyone takes breakfast in the morning. Everyone takes breakfast in the morning. They will come here on the 15th of April. They will come here on the 15th of April. So, in 2005, on the first day of my job, in summer, at 8 p.m., in the morning. When everyone takes breakfast? In the morning. In the morning. On the 15th of April, they will come here on the 15th of April. So, these prepositions are prepositions of time. Those prepositions are used to talk about time. In 2005, on the first day of my job, in summer, at 8 p.m., in the morning, and on the 15th of April. Now, let us look at what prepositions of place are. These prepositions are used for several types of places. These prepositions are used for several types of places. Commonly used prepositions of place are on, at, and in. In is used mostly for a place. In is used mostly for a place that has a physical or virtual boundary. So, that can have a physical, that means you can see the boundary, or virtual, that you can imagine there is a boundary. In is used mostly for a place that has a physical or virtual boundary. So, there is an example for you. I found the book. It was in a box. I found the book. It was in a box. The book was in the box. I found the book that I was looking for. It was in a box. The box is the physical boundary. So, in is used mostly for a place that has a physical or virtual boundary. I hope now you can understand when we can use prepositions of place. Right. So, on is usually used for a surface, On is usually used for a surface. The cat is on the roof. The cat is on the roof, At is usually used for a specific place. If you want to talk about a specific place, a particular place, you can use at. At is usually used for a specific place. I met him at the bus stop. I met him at the bus stop. Now, we are going to talk about prepositions of place more by looking at this picture. So, there is a very lovely kitten, and the kitten is in certain places. Let us see. So, in the first picture you can see the kitten is in the box. The kitten is in the box. In the second picture, the kitten is on the box, the surface. In the third picture, the kitten is under the box. The kitten is in front of the box. The kitten is behind the box. The kitten is next to the box, The kitten is above the box, The kitten is below the box. The kitten is between two boxes. Between we use when something or someone is between two things. So, here the kitten is between two boxes. The kitten is on the left of the box. So, there are two kittens here. They are sitting facing each other. So, they are opposite to each other. They are facing each other, that means they are opposite to each other. So, in the last picture, the kitten is on the right of the box. In, on, under, in front of, behind, next to, above, below, between, on the left, opposite, on the right are prepositions of place. Now, let us look at what prepositions for direction are. These prepositions express the direction of something. These prepositions express the direction of something. So, there are some prepositions for you: into, to, through, towards, across, along and around. Into, to, through, towards, across, along and around. There are many more prepositions for direction, but I have here included only some of them. So, there are some sentences for you. The child threw a ball into the river, the direction into the river. He went to the classroom, My friend lives across the street from me. My friend lives across the street from me. So, we use these prepositions to talk about direction. A ball into the river. The child threw a ball into the river. He went to the classroom. My friend lives across the street from me. Let's look at more examples, then you can have a better idea. The ducks are eating along the river. The ducks are eating along the river. Along the river. They told stories around the campfire. They told stories around the campfire. Around the campfire. The snake was coming towards her. The snake was coming towards her, to her side, towards her. The nail went through the wall. The nail went through the wall. The ducks are eating along the river. They told stories around the campfire. The snake was coming towards her. That sounds scary. The nail went through the wall. Now we are going to learn what prepositions for agent are. Prepositions for agent. Let's see what they are. These prepositions are used to express, to show, to talk about a casual relationship, a normal relationship between the noun, or we call it the doer who is doing the action, the noun or the doer who is doing the action, and an action. So these prepositions are used to express a casual relationship between the noun and the action. So commonly used prepositions for agent are by and with. Now let's see how we can use those prepositions in sentences. This drama was written by William Shakespeare. This drama was written by William Shakespeare. By William Shakespeare. He cut the tree with an axe. He cut the tree with an axe. She was hit by a car while she was going to school. She was hit by a car while she was going to school. She graduated with an honours degree. So by William Shakespeare, with an axe, by a car, with an honours degree. So these are called prepositions for agent because they express a casual relationship, a normal relationship between the doer or the noun and the action. That's why they are called prepositions for agent. Now we have prepositions for instruments. These prepositions are used when describing certain technologies, machines or devices. These prepositions are used when describing certain technologies, machines or devices. By refers to methods of transportation. By refers to methods of transportation, how the transportation is done. Methods of transportation. With and on describe the use of machines and other devices. With and on describe the use of machines and other devices. So there are some examples for you. Let's look at what they are. Prepositions for instruments. Let's say, Aunt Felicia returned home by ferry. Aunt Felicia returned home by ferry. Ferry is a passenger boat or a passenger ship. So Aunt Felicia returned home by ferry. She opened the locked door with an old key. She opened the locked door with an old key. May I finish my homework on your computer? So the person is asking permission. May I finish my homework on your computer? So he asks it in a very polite manner. May I finish my homework on your computer? So, by ferry, with an old key on your computer. They are prepositions for instruments. Now let's learn something very important. Phrasal verbs. There are so many phrasal verbs in the English language. This is a very important part for you as advanced level students. You should be thorough with how to use phrasal verbs in various kinds of contexts. Let's see what phrasal verbs are. A phrasal verb is a combination. A phrasal verb is the combination of 2 or 3 words from different grammatical categories. A phrasal verb is a combination of 2 or 3 words from various grammatical categories, like a verb and a particle, that means a function word, such as an adverb or a preposition, to form a single semantic. Semantic here means meaningful. It's about the meaning. Meaningful unit on a lexical related to words, lexical or syntactic. Syntactic here refers to the rules of a language, syntactic level. So, a phrasal verb is a combination. It's a combination. It's a combination of 2 or 3 words. Maybe it's a combination of 2 words, or maybe it's a combination of more than 2 words. Maybe it's 3 words. A phrasal verb is a combination of 2 or 3 words from different grammatical categories. A verb and a particle, such as an adverb or a preposition, to form a single semantic unit on a lexical or syntactic level. A phrasal verb is a combination of words, a verb plus a preposition or verb plus adverb, that when used together, usually take on a different meaning. So, when 2 or 3 words are together, they give different meanings. So, phrasal verbs give different meanings in different kinds of contexts. When used together, usually take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. So, a phrasal verb is a combination. It's a combination of words, a verb plus a preposition or verb plus adverb, that when used together usually take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. I hope now you can understand what phrasal verbs are. So, these are some examples. Actually, these are very few examples because there are so many phrasal verbs in the English language, but here I have shown some phrasal verbs for you. Look out, that means look from within to the outside. Look out, look from within to the outside. Make after, what does that mean? Make after, that means chase. Get over, recover from something. Get over means recover from something, maybe from an illness, from sickness. Start off, to cause something to begin. Start off means to cause something to begin. Pass away, what does that mean? Pass away means die. We all have to die one day, whether we like it or not. Pass away, die. Take off, what does that mean? Remove clothes. Take off means remove clothes. So, look out, make after, get over, start off, pass away, take off. They give various kinds of meanings. Right. So, there are some examples. Let us see what they are. I am having some trouble working out the solution to this equation. I am having some trouble working out the solution to this equation. So, the speaker has a problem how to find out the solution to this equation in mathematics maybe. I am having some trouble working out. So, he is working out the solution to this equation. He wants to find the solution to this equation. Working out is the phrasal verb used here. Their car broke down 2 miles out of town. Their car broke down. That was very sad. Their car broke down 2 miles out of town. Now they have to walk because now they can't go by the car. Their car broke down 2 miles out of town. Now there is a question. Did the manager deal with that customer's complaint? Did the manager deal with that customer's complaint? So, sometimes the managers have to deal with customers' problems. So, here it is something related to that. Did the manager deal with, that means handle, that customer's complaint successfully or not successfully? Fourth one, we are going to put off our vacation until next year. We are going to put off, we are going to postpone, we are going to put off, that means postpone, we are going to postpone our vacation until next year, maybe because of any kind of financial problem or any other problem. So, they have decided to put off their vacation until next year. I am having some trouble working out the solution to this equation. Their car broke down 2 miles out of town. Did the manager deal with that customer's complaint? We are going to put off our vacation until next year. So, here you can see the verb put is there, and around the verb put there are some prepositions. So, you can see using different kinds of prepositions we can make different kinds of phrasal verbs. Put down, put forth or put forward, put on, put up with, put someone up, put through, put out, put off, put away, put back. So, there is another example for you how we can use take, the verb take, with different kinds of prepositions to give different kinds of meanings. Take up, that means accept a job, that means accept a job. Take after, resemble somebody in your appearance or behavior or character. Take away, that means remove something from one place and put it in the other. Take back, that means return something. Take down, that means you write down something. Take in, go and see something or visit a place. Take off, go and see something or visit a place, or leave the ground and fly. Take on, accept job, task or responsibility. Take out, go to a restaurant and pay for everything. Take over, start living in a house. Take around, show all the interesting features. Take two, begin to do something as a regular activity, begin to like something. So, you can see we can take one verb and we can take different kinds of prepositions and make different kinds of phrasal verbs to give different kinds of meanings. WH questions. Let us see how we can use prepositions in WH questions. What are you complaining about? What are you complaining about? I'm complaining about my neighbor's pet dog. I'm complaining about my neighbor's pet dog. We don't know what the problem is. I'm complaining about my neighbor's pet dog. Maybe the dog is barking too loud. So, here about is used. The preposition about is used in this question and also in the answer. What is this instrument for? What is this instrument for? This is used for dancing and singing. This is used for dancing and singing. So, the preposition for is used here. What is this instrument for? This is used for dancing and singing. Where are you staying at? Where are you staying at? I'm staying at Hotel Milton in Kandy. Staying means you live in a place for some time. Where are you staying at? Where are you staying at? I'm staying at Hotel Milton in Kandy. So, here about, for and at are used in WH questions. Now, you have an activity because you got a very big idea about how to use prepositions in different kinds of contexts. Let us see what you have to do today. So, here you have been given some sentences with some prepositions. You have a choice. So, you have to select the best preposition for each and every sentence. I am going to read all the sentences for you. Most people agree that kindergarten contributes blank. Within brackets you have in, to and for the child's mental development. Second sentence, since Jennifer was a year younger than her friends, she had a hard time keeping blank. Within brackets you have in, up, to with them. Third sentence, in most countries children start the primary school blank. Within brackets you have on, at and in the age of 6. So, let us see what the answers are. Most people agree that kindergarten contributes to the child's mental development. It is very important for a little child to be in a kindergarten kind of place to develop his mentality, to be a healthy child in future. Most people agree that kindergarten contributes to the child's mental development. Since Jennifer was a year younger than her friends, she had a hard time. It was very difficult for her. She had a hard time keeping up with them. She had to work hard because she was 1 year younger than to her friends. So, she had a hard time keeping up with them, but she tried her best. She was a very clever girl. In most countries, children start the primary school at the age of 6. It is very important to have this primary school for little children when they are 6. In most countries, even including Sri Lanka, children start the primary school at the age of 6. It is very easy, right? Yes. Now you have another 3 sentences as an activity. Although he studied hard, he couldn't succeed blank. Within brackets you have in, to and for, getting a high score in his test. Next sentence, there are different language learning sets available blank within brackets for, in and on all age groups. The 6th sentence, all candidates are looking forward blank within brackets you have in, on and to the announcement of our test scores. So, let us see what the answers are. Although he studied hard, he couldn't succeed in getting a high score in his test. He studied so hard, he studied day and night like nothing, but still he could not get a good score in his test. There are different language learning sets available for all age groups. There are different language learning sets available for all age groups. If you want, you can buy. If you want, you can get them. Available means you can get them or you can buy from somewhere. There are different language learning sets available for all age groups. All candidates are looking forward to the announcement of our test scores. Now they have done the test, now they are looking forward to know their marks. All candidates are looking forward to the announcement of our test scores. Okay, there are 3 more sentences for you as an activity. I know you are enjoying this lesson. Since I will be busy blank for, to, with. Those are the 3 provisions you have been given as choices. My homework and prepare blank within brackets you have for, to, with. The exam tomorrow. I don't think I will be able to go out tonight. 8th sentence. The students walk 5 kilometers to school, so they need to get up very early blank within brackets you have on, at and in the morning. 9th sentence. I was born blank within brackets you have on, at and in. The 23rd blank within brackets you have of, for and in April. So, there is no school when it is my birthday. Now, let us do this activity together. Let us fill these blanks together. Right. Since I will be busy with, my homework. You can be busy with your homework. And prepare for, you prepare for something. Prepare for the exam tomorrow. You are preparing yourself for the exam tomorrow. Prepare for the exam tomorrow. And I don't think I will be able to go out tonight. Since I have the exam tomorrow, I don't think I will be able to go out tonight. I have to study. I should get good marks for all my papers. Since I will be busy with my homework and prepare for the exam tomorrow, I don't think I will be able to go out tonight. The students walk 5 kilometers to school. So, they walk 5 kilometers to school. That is a good exercise early in the morning. The students walk 5 kilometers to school. So, they need to get up very early in the morning. So, they have to get up very early in the morning. Why? because they walk 5 kilometers to school. They are getting a good exercise daily. Ninth one, I was born on the 23rd of April. I was born on the 23rd of April, so there is no school when it's my birthday. I was born on the 23rd of April, so there is no school when it's my birthday. Otherwise, I could have given my friends a piece of cake, a chocolate cake, a piece of chocolate cake, right? So maybe he's so sad. I was born on the 23rd of April, so there is no school when it's my birthday because it's vacation. You have another activity to broaden your horizon on how to use prepositions correctly. So this time it's very different. It's totally different from the previous activity. Let's see what you have to do. Fill in the blanks using the following words with appropriate prepositions given. So there are some words for you within brackets: faith, identical, keen, refer and welfare. So I am going to read all these sentences. If you don't know the meaning of any word, you should blank to your dictionaries instead of asking me. Second one, your voice is blank to hers and I sometimes can't realize who I am talking to. Third one, I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament as he has always been blank on politics. So what are the words you can use in these three sentences? You should blank to your dictionaries. What you have to do? Second one, your voice is blank to hers. What is the word that you have to write there? You have to choose there. I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament as he has always been blank on politics. So let's see what are the answers. If you don't know the meaning of any word, you should refer to your dictionaries instead of asking me. So the best way for you to know the meaning of a word is to refer to a dictionary rather than asking from someone else. That's what we do as teachers also. When we find a new word, we refer to our dictionaries and see what's the meaning. If you don't know the meaning of any word, you should refer to your dictionaries instead of asking me. Your voice is identical, the same, identical to hers. Both voices are same. Your voice is identical to hers and I sometimes can't realize who I am talking to. Maybe they are twins, so they have the same voice. Your voice is identical to hers and I sometimes can't realize who I am talking to. We have some friends like that also, who have the same voice. I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament as he has always been keen on politics. That means he was very interested in politics. I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament as he has always been keen on politics. He studied politics also, political science, when he was schooling. So I am not surprised that he has joined the parliament as he has always been keen on politics. You have another activity, the same activity. There are some words and you have to use those words correctly, appropriately to fill these blanks in these sentences. These are the words you have been given. I am going to read them. Capable, debated, talent, fade and welfare. Although she has no blank in writing, she decided to be a writer when she learned that writers earn a lot of money. A successful government should do its best to maintain the blank of its citizens. Next one, I blank about the salary with my boss. but all my efforts were in vain. Now let's do this activity together. I know you can do it very well. Although she has no talent, she doesn't have any kind of talent in writing. She doesn't have any talent in writing, but still she decided to be a writer. Why? When she learned that writers earn a lot of money, it's all about money. She decided to become a writer because she can earn a lot of money. She doesn't have any talent, so she can learn how to write nicely, attractively. A successful government should do its best to maintain the welfare of its citizens. A successful government should do its best to maintain the welfare of its citizens. That's a must. The government should do that to maintain the welfare of its citizens. Welfare of. I debated about the salary with my boss, but all my efforts were in vain. All my efforts were useless. I debated, so that means the speaker had an argument about his salary with his boss, but all his efforts were in vain. Nothing happened. I debated about the salary, debated about the salary with my boss, but all my efforts were in vain. So, talent in writing. Welfare of its citizens. Debated about. There is another activity for you. As usual, there are some words: capable, faded, faith, talent and welfare, and you have to fill these blanks using these words appropriately. I am going to read these sentences for you. She is blank of any crime, so the police are always after her. I have a complete blank in him, he'll never let us down. Ninth one, the color of the curtains in my living room has blank away. She is blank of any crime, so the police are always after her. What's the word you have to use there? Think about it. I have a complete blank in him. He'll never let us down. What's the word you have to use there? The color of the curtains in my living room has blank away. Has blank away. So you can guess the answer if you know the grammar rule very well. These are the answers. Of course, you did it well, I think. She is capable of any crime, so the police are always after her. She is capable of any crime, so the police are always after her. I have complete faith in him. He'll never let us down. I have complete faith in him. He'll never let us down. The color of the curtains in my living room has faded away. The color of the curtains in my living room has faded away. She is capable of any crime. She can do any crime. She is a bad character, so she can do any kind of crime. So, the police are always after her. They are checking on her, what she is going to do next. She is a bad character. She is an antisocial character. She is capable of any crime, so the police are always after her. I have complete faith in him. I trust him. That means I trust him. I have complete faith in him. He'll never let us down. He'll never disappoint us. I have a complete faith in him. He'll never let us down. The color of the curtains in my living room has faded away. The color of the curtains in my living room has faded away. So, I have to change the curtains because the color is not good now. The color of the curtains in my living room has faded away. I have to change the curtains of the whole house. Right, another activity. You have been given to find the answers for these sentences. His father always taught him not to blank the poor and the needy. So, you have been given look up to and look down on. Stop complaining and blank your work. Get on with and get over are the two prepositions you have been given, the phrasal verbs you have been given to find the answers. The boss wants you to blank your figures for this month to him. Hand out, hand in are two phrasal verbs you have been given to find the answer. Fourth sentence, I blank Amir today at the supermarket. It was great to see him. So, there are two phrasal verbs for you, ran out of, ran into. So, you have been given phrasal verbs here to find the correct answer. His father always taught him not to look down on the poor and the needy. His father always taught him not to look down on the poor and the needy. So, his father was a good character. So, father taught his son not to look down on the poor and the needy. Stop complaining and get on with your work. Keep on doing your work. Stop complaining and get on with your work. The boss wants you to hand in your figures, what you have done, the financial calculations or the financial reports that you have done. The boss wants you to hand in your figures for this month to him. Hand in, that means officially you give some kind of report to someone in authority. I ran into Amir today at the supermarket. It was great to see him. So, accidentally he collided with him. I ran into Amir today at the supermarket. It was great to see him. So, the speaker was very happy to see Amir. So, there is another activity for you. Replace the underlined words with a phrasal verb. They educated and trained their children well. You have been given the verb bring. Second sentence, I couldn't recognize him in the dark. Make is the verb you have been given. He has stopped smoking. You have the verb give here. The cricket match has been postponed owing to bad weather. Now, you have to find suitable phrasal verbs using these given verbs for the underlined words or for the underlined phrases. They brought up their children well. They brought up their children well. I couldn't make out him in the dark. I couldn't recognize him in the dark. He has given up smoking. He has stopped smoking. He has learned the consequences of smoking, so he has given up smoking. The cricket match has been put off owing to bad weather. Because of bad weather, the cricket match has been put off. The cricket match has been postponed owing to bad weather. Right. So, let us recap what we learned today. A preposition is a word used to link, used to connect nouns, pronouns or phrases to other words in a sentence. Prepositions help to connect the people, objects, time and locations of a sentence. A phrasal verb is a combination of words that, when used together, usually take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. A preposition is a word used to link nouns, pronouns or phrases to other words in a sentence. Prepositions help to connect, to link the people, objects, time and locations of a sentence. A phrasal verb is a combination of words that, when used together, usually take on a different meaning to that of the original verb. So, children, I hope that you learnt something more about prepositions and about phrasal verbs, how to use them correctly in various kinds of context. So, today onwards you can use prepositions and phrasal verbs very successfully in your writing or when you talk with someone in English. So, I hope that you enjoy the lesson with me, and definitely I will be back with another lesson in future. So, till then, have a nice day.